One of the discussions coming up inside of our support group, inside of the Sexual Alchemist program, is premature ejaculation. What happens when you bust too quick? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you a few things that you can do to extend how long you last and to master your ejaculation. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula and I help men master their S3X energy so you can become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom. Go take the free sex transmutation guide as a starting point to be able to learn more about the power of sex transmutation. Now, premature ejaculation, basically busting a nut too quick, is detrimental for men. I had a new guy actually just join our Powerhouse Man training. So he's coming and he's working with me at the highest level. And he said he was watching a video where I was talking about how when we as men don't perform well in the bedroom, how it affects our psychology. And so he was, struggling in that area with his wife. And she kept saying to him, it's okay, and he got annoyed, and that's largely when you try to baby a man when he's not feeling well. He's going to reject that because that's not what he wants to hear. Men are solution oriented. We want to know how to solve the problem. We don't want to just hear it's okay. And the reality is that if it is affecting you, which for most men it will, when you can't last long in the bedroom, you simply don't feel adequate as a man. There is a deep link between our sexual performance and our psychology. Now, a man who can perform well in the bedroom and he knows he can rock a woman's world and he knows that he's in complete control of himself, he shows up in a different energy, different space, a different vibe, an aura emanates from him. That's why it's important that you deal with this issue and not just go with well, it's okay. My wife says it's okay, but really it's haunting you. If it's haunting you, if it's bothering you, you need to do something about it. So here's a few things that you need to do to actually be able to last longer in the bedroom. And the first one is what I addressed already, but I'll say it plainly. You need to actually admit, just like this new guy who joined the program, he's like, no, Nakula, this is a problem. She says it's not a problem, and I appreciate her for that because I know she's, I know it's not as a big deal for her as it is for me, but it's a big deal to me. And that's just male psychology. So you need to admit it and go, you know what? I'm ready to deal with this. Then the second thing you want to do is you need to retrain your body. So ejaculation is governed by our sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is the same portion of our nervous system. So we have two nervous systems essentially working in coordination, the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is our fight, flight, freeze response, and it also governs our ejaculation. That's why when most men who are experiencing premature ejaculation, when you have sex, the first thing I want you to notice is how you're breathing. Are you breathing from the chest? Most men, when they're having sex, they get into their head and they get lost into this world of fantasy and their imagination as opposed to being present to the sensations and present to their partner and present to what's happening. They also unconsciously start breathing from the chest. Well, think about when you're angry, where you breathe from, the chest. Think about when you're anxious, where you breathe from, the chest. Right? It's like short breaths. Short breath, short sex. Long breath, long sex. So one of the things that I teach inside the sexual alchemy training is to be able to take long, deep belly breathing. Doing this while engaged in sex. If you can control your breath at a high level in the bedroom, you can begin to control your ejaculation. The second thing, which I already hinted to, is that you need to be able to get out of your head. So many of us live in our head that we can't enjoy life. Always worried, always thinking about the future, always thinking about the past, thinking about everything that could possibly go wrong, rather than dealing with the reality in which life is presenting you. When you live in your head, you're missing life because you're thinking about all these other things, but you're not seeing what nature and what God is gifting you. That's why it's called the present, right? Kind of a corny line, but it's nice. It's called the present because it's a present. So you need to get out of your head. When you control your breath, it naturally gets you out of your head. And when you practice things like grounding meditations or standing meditations that I teach, deep earth pulsing activities that I teach, when you put in some sexual alchemy Qigong flows into your daily practice and life, this takes you out of your head and into your body. You learn to witness the whole life with your whole body, heightening your senses and relaxing your nervous system. When you're relaxed and you're loose, like how many guys are so stiff in their life? You know, like they walk like this, right? And then they're so wound up about, and I'm a pretty wound up guy too. Like I'm pretty serious, I'm pretty focused, because most men are like that. And I don't apologize for being like that. That's why I can do shit and get things done in this world. But at the same time, you gotta also learn to balance it with some feminine. No, you gotta learn to dance a bit. You gotta learn to flow with life. So if you're in the bedroom and you're stiff like this and you're breathing from your chest, or you're all in your head worried about, is she gonna like it or not? Is it gonna be good or not? And you're trying to create this expectation, your whole nervous system is tight, and then you ejaculate. Because your sympathetic nervous system is activated. You're approaching lovemaking not as someone who's here to show up and give an awesome experience and exchange energy and please your partner. I mean, when you can get out of your head and just fully go with the experience, that's when you're gonna find the most passionate, fun, exciting, adventurous bedroom life and experience. But when you're stiff and you're worried and you're all in your head about your performance and everything like this, then you're coming from a place of fear. So hence your sympathetic nervous system is active, not your parasympathetic system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is when you're meditative, when you're loose, when you're chill. This is when your charisma will come through, your personality will come through. This is when you're able to just go with it and build up an experience. And that's the third thing I want to share with you in this video. Build your experience and stamina up by first starting slow. Get things going, soft touches. Be with her. Be with your partner. Be present. And then build up that energy. Build it up and bring dynamic. For example, if I feel like I'm getting close to the edge, 80, 90%, I'll either change positions to change angles, because there are certain positions that work better than others to be able to last longer. The top of your penis, like the top of your head, is the most sensitive area. So in positions that the top of your penis is essentially rubbing up a lot, that's going to make you ejaculate quicker. You want to get into positions where the top of your head isn't being rubbed so much. Okay? So play with those positions and see how the angles affect. And that's why you have to be present, because you have to be like, oh, how does that subtly change the sensations? Again, you're not going to notice these subtleties. So many people are missing such wonderful intimacy, pleasure, because they're not present in the bedroom. They're just trying to get off, right? Just get me off, or let's just do whatever, let's mimic whatever we've seen in porn. And there's a time for that. Believe me, once you get past a certain amount, like after about, everybody's a bit different, but for me, after I get past about 10, 15 minutes, there's something that switches in my body and I can feel it. It's like, where the need to ejaculate just disappears. Well, that's when I can toss her around, choke her, whatever she's into. We can do all that stuff. But after I've reached that point, where then you can just go forever and the need to ejaculate isn't there. So get out of your head, learn to control your breath, get loose, and also practice. Inside of my sexual alchemy training, I teach techniques for you to practice by yourself. Now, I don't really practice edging as a tool to just be pleasurable. Edging, in my opinion, is really just a tool for men who want to learn how to last longer and then circulate that energy around their body so you can experience non-ejaculatory orgasms. But you can't experience those higher subtle pleasures without the basics, the foundation. And the first foundation is, can you last at least half an hour to 45 minutes in the bedroom to build up enough energy to then circulate that energy and experience non-ejaculatory orgasms? So it's a higher level practice, and you got to get this down. Premature ejaculation has a lot to do with what's going on outside of the bedroom. Are you stressed? Here's the thing. If you're watching this and you're thinking, yeah, I really need to get this down, but your finances are out of whack, or your relationship isn't healthy outside the bedroom, forget this. Still reach out to me, connect with me, book a call, because as part of my Powerhouse Man training, I could teach you how to make multiple six-figure businesses online. I could teach you how to redesign your relationship. I can give you the foundations for good health. Remember, health is the foundation for everything. If you are smoking dope, if you're drinking alcohol, dope, I've been very honest about my own journey with dope, on and off, struggling with it as an addiction. Here's the deal. If I smoke dope, harder for me to retain. Because again, my sympathetic nervous system is agitated. So there are dietary things that you can do to change, but you got to get rid of the negative habits. A lot of premature ejaculation is also coming from just being very obsessed about something, obsessive thoughts. Again, obsessive thoughts creates tight nervous system, creates tight personality, remember, you are a conduit for energy to flow. Energy flows better when things are relaxed. When your body is healthy and relaxed, energy is going to flow through you. It's easier to manifest. It's easier to create. It's easier to attract. But when you're wound up tight and you're worried about all these other things, you need to address those things. Largely, your performance in the bedroom comes down to, as men especially, comes down to your performance outside the bedroom. That was one of the things that I learned in my own journey. The better I do outside the bedroom, rocking it in my business, staying healthy, staying clean, the bedroom stuff comes easy. Like, if you're having difficulty getting a woman or attracting your partner to be with you, it's not time to chase women, and it's not time to, think that's the issue. That will be easy when you have the other stuff down. So be real about yourself and where you're at. Sometimes it's a kick to the ego. Oftentimes it is. Oftentimes we don't want to actually face the truth about where we're at because we've either hyped up where we are at, or we don't want to deal with the fact that there's a lot of work that needs to put in. I'm not about quick fixes with any of my students. I'm about real transformation, which requires real effort and real work. So if you're ready to master your sexual energy, master your life both in and outside the bedroom, be intentional about the life that you want to create, and make sure you reach out to me, book some time on my schedule. You can take the free guide, and make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a video. I'll see you on the next one.